Hey guys, let's talk portable battery-powered speakers. Most DJs been using these for years, for ceremonies, cocktail hours, things like that. There are lots of brands out there to choose from, but I think most people can agree that the king of the jungle is the Everse 8 by EV, Electro Voice. Great speaker. Well, the QSC CB10 just came out, and a lot of people are probably wondering, how do these two speakers compare? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts, my breakdowns on which speaker I'm using and why towards the end of the video. But first, let's talk a little bit about them. EV comes in black or white. QSC comes in black, period. That's all you get. I like the stands to match, so as you can see, I've done that. With the QSC, I want to give a quick shout out to Gator Frameworks ID speaker stands. These have a power assist in them, so they kind of rise up by themselves, which, because the QSC is about 9 or 10 pounds heavier than the EV, the speaker stand comes in handy. It's manageable, still not that heavy, but it's got a little bit of weight to it in comparison. I mean, you are going from an 8 to a 10. Side note, the EV also has the Everse 12 if you want something a little bigger. I'm not going to get into comparing the sound. I'm not going to do a sound test video because they don't really translate well through my lavalier mic. Let's be honest. Sound is subjective too. Some people are QSC fans. Some people are EV fans. There are a lot of great speakers out there. Even in the battery-powered arena, you've got your Maui 5 Go. You've got the HK Move by HK Audio. You've got, who else? I know there's a couple more that I've listened to, but yeah, there's a few options out there as far as the ceremony speakers go, as we like to call them. So for me, one thing that was interesting about the CB10 and that made me want to check it out is the way you control things. So the EV, for those who have never used the Everse, you've got your main control knob, then you have your separate input buttons. So if you want to control the volume of input 1, you have to press input 1, turn it up, look at this little LED display to see where you are. Same with the other channels. You also have an app you can use, which isn't bad, but for me, I was going to use my iPad with a split screen where I could control the volumes of this on one side and my audio program, DJ Pro, on the other, which is doable. And I was going to go that route until I saw that this was released and I wanted to check it out and see what it had to offer. What I really like about the CB10 is each channel has an individual physical knob, and you can see where you are with your level. I like that. I want to real quick turn down the officiant and turn up a reader on a mic on a stand. I can do that quickly, just like that, instead of having to mess with an app or mess with a button and a configuration of which one you want to go with or whatever. And I think the biggest thing for me, and this is very specific to eyeglass wearers. I have progressive lenses, transition lenses. I think they're polarized. I don't know. In direct sunlight, though, trying to read this little LED screen, it's not easy. That was my biggest complaint about the EV. Sound quality, it's amazing. Actually, if you're comparing the two, the CB10 is a 10 with 127 decibels SPL. I believe the EV's 121. So this does get a lot louder, and I've cranked them both. This gets a lot louder. But at the same time, how loud do you need it to be for ceremony or cocktail? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think either one of these is ever going to be, I'm never going to need maximum volume for what I use them for. I love the white. I wish this was available in white. I do love the look of this, but I like the simplicity of just grabbing each individual knob. Some people have already done their own reviews and comparisons, and one of the things that they didn't like about the QSC was their app. I love their app. It's very simplistic. It gives you 3-band EQ on your 2 mic channels, and it gives you the ability to, what's really cool is when you're sliding or when you're turning the knob, like if I turn this up and you're looking at the app, the fader goes up with it, so it kind of syncs together. It's kind of slick. But I'm not going to use the app to control it in the field. I'm going to actually use the physical knobs. That, for me, is probably the biggest selling point. Let's talk microphones. The biggest con you're going to get on the QSC is that it doesn't have a DC out to power a microphone receiver. For me, that's okay because I had recently switched to the Sennheiser EWDP battery-powered mic receivers, one for a lav, one for a handheld, and Shure makes one too, the SLX D5. These, what I did for this now, this is a magnetic metal back, so a lot of people were saying these are magnetic, you can take your receiver, stick it on there and use it. I'm okay with that, but I've always liked line of sight, so what I did is I put a piece of Velcro. This has just enough of a flat top to where you can, I just like that for line of sight and the ability to raise this up with this power lift stand is very cool. So that's going to go up in the air. Because these are magnetic to each other, if I have a reader and I need a second microphone, or if I want to make announcements or whatever, I can just stick this one right on top. Magnetically, good to go. And bada boom, bada bing. So that's how I'm going to be using my mics. I know some people still prefer to use maybe like an EWDX by Sennheiser or whatever microphones that you're into. And if you do have one of those boxes, this is your better option. The EV is, honestly, because then you do have that DC out to power it, which is cool. But if you're okay with going with some other microphone system like this is definitely a viable option. And if you're like me, and you would rather just real quickly make an adjustment on the fly with a physical knob, that's the way to go. So that's my 2 cents. If you have any thoughts, comments, whatever, post them below. I appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend. I'm Mike Sinclair. Now you hear me. Now you...